Ryuuji Takasu lives in a tiny home with his mom, Yasuko, who works at a fancy place. Their place is small, and a big posh building looms nearby. Ryuuji does all the chores. On his first day at school, folks think he's tough due to his looks. They even hand over their wallets, thinking he's scary. His pal Yusaku is buddies with a girl, Minori, whom Ryuuji likes, but talking to her makes him shy. They all share a class with a girl called Palm Top Tiger, Taiga Asaka. People expect a fight when she bumps into Ryuuji, but she just punches him and walks off. After school, Ryuuji finds Taiga wrecking the room. She claims his bag is hers, but he proves her wrong. She leaves, calling him baka. Ryuuji cleans up and goes home. There, he discovers a love letter from Taiga to Yusaku. Later, Taiga sneaks into his place, armed with a sword, wanting to erase the letter from his mind. After a chaotic encounter, Ryuuji reveals the letter was empty, and Taiga collapses. Ryuuji feeds the hungry Taiga and learns about her tough life. To make amends, he shows her things he made for Minori. Taiga, liking Ryuuji's best friend, suggests an alliance. Ryuuji agrees, and Taiga, armed with her sword, heads home. The next morning, Taiga calls Ryuuji from a new building. She threatens him but allows him 10 minutes to make breakfast. Ryuuji enters her messy apartment, cleans it, and serves her breakfast. Taiga, instead of saying the usual thanks, credits the rice god and manufacturers for the meal. Taiga often goes to Ryuuji's house for breakfast and asks him to make her lunches because she's not good at cooking. One day, they run into Minori, and to avoid misunderstandings, Taiga says they met by chance. Ryuuji realizes he needs to help Taiga and Kitamura get together for him to succeed with Minori. They try a plan during Jan class, but it fails when Taiga gets hit by a basketball. Another plan involving cookies also goes wrong. Taiga feels down, thinking she can't succeed. Ryuuji tries to cheer her up by eating the ruined cookies. Now, a new problem arises. Because they spend so much time together, rumors spread that Taiga and Ryuuji are a couple. Minori and Kitamura believe it too. On the rooftop, Minori asks Ryuuji to take care of Taiga, making things worse. Both Ryuuji and Taiga are heartbroken. Taiga, feeling misunderstood, kicks a pole with Ryuuji. A small victory inspires Taiga to confess to Kitamura and declare that Ryuuji is no longer her dog. She decides they'll just be classmates and leaves her lunchbox behind. The next day, Taiga creates a commotion to clear up the rumors. She confesses to Kitamura, but he misunderstands, thinking she just wants to be friends. Ryuuji overhears and offers to make her dinner, but Taiga refuses his help. However, Ryuuji decides to be by her side as a dragon, not a dog. Shocked by Ryuuji calling her by her first name, Taiga kicks him but secretly feels happy. She returns to her bossy self but is secretly satisfied that Ryuuji called her Taiga. One day, Ryuuji and Taiga spot Minori playing softball on their way to school. Ryuuji is captivated by Minori's smile, and she offers to decorate his phone. At home, Taiga gets annoyed hearing Ryuuji talk about Minori, so she kicks him. They realize their rice cooker is broken, and they go to the restaurant where Minori works. Minori works in various places, and Taiga keeps poking Ryuuji when she catches him admiring Minori. They discover Minori works at a liquor store, and the owner needs help. Ryuuji offers, and Taiga has to make a delivery on a bicycle, even though she can't ride one. She pushes it instead. While pushing the bike, Taiga takes a break, and Kitamura, surprised she can ride, motivates her to try riding back. She falls but keeps trying. When she returns to the store scraped up, the owner doesn't know where Ryuuji and Minori went. They accidentally got locked in the storeroom, singing and playing softball with empty bottles. Ryuuji notices Minori's shaking hand, but she denies it, determined to knock out weakness. They find a window, and Ryuuji realizes Minori shines because she believes in overcoming weakness. However, Taiga kicks Ryuuji in the face when he reaches the window, and she ends up in the storeroom too. The ladder falls, leaving all three stranded again. One morning, Ryuuji goes to Taiga's place with breakfast and finds a photo album of Kitamura. Taiga gets upset but admits she's bad at taking pictures of him. Ryuuji offers to help and Taiga daydreams about it. However, her mood soars when she messes up with Kitamura at school and sees his popularity. She argues with the student council president and gets upset. During lunch, Taiga panics when Kitamura thinks she made her own lunch, but Ryuuji covers for her. In the afternoon, Taiga drags Ryuuji to the softball field to take pictures of Kitamura playing. She gets impatient, takes the camera, but her photos are blurry. Later, they cook together, and Taiga, obsessed with Kitamura's pictures, decides to laminate them. However, she suddenly gets angry at Ryuuji and leaves. The next day, Ryuuji gets a photo of Minori eating pudding. After class, Kitamura learns about Taiga's pictures and shows Ryuuji a photo he has of Taiga. Ryuuji is shocked to learn Kitamura confessed to Taiga, but she rejected him. Taiga explains she was surprised but started liking him. Kitamura's confession made her feel needed. Ryuuji wonders what it means for Taiga to be needed by someone and thinks it would have been better if she hadn't answered Kitamura right away. Ryuuji convinces Taiga to visit the family restaurant where Minori works, hoping to meet her. However, Minori has the day off. Unexpectedly, Kitamura shows up with a girl named Amy, a fashion model Taiga had seen in a magazine. Kitamura introduces Amy as his childhood friend. During Kitamura and Ryuuji's absence, Taiga discovers Amy's bossy and selfish side. Taiga slaps Amy when she insults her size. Later, Kitamura takes Amy home, and Taiga expresses her hatred for Amy. To Taiga's dismay, Amy becomes a new transfer student at their school. Amy uses her beauty and charm to win over the class. Kitamura reveals that he wanted everyone to see Amy's true nature. Amy talks to Ryuuji about the restaurant incident, blaming her airheadedness for Taiga's reaction. Taiga notices them together and is unhappy. Minori sends a note warning Ryuuji not to abandon Taiga. Ryuuji questions Minori about someone claiming to be a natural airhead, and Minori signals disapproval. Taiga asks Ryuuji to clean her locker, and Amy appears, claiming teachers are worried about Taiga bullying her. Taiga counters by threatening to expose Amy's true nature. Amy suggests Kitamura might hate Taiga due to the incident. Shocked, Taiga isolates herself until Ryuuji reassures her that Kitamura knows the truth and won't hate her. Frustrated by her height and weird name compared to Amy's advantages, Taiga is interrupted by Ryuuji's mother's cries for tonkatsu sauce. They go to the store, and Taiga reads that Amy is taking a break from modeling. On the way home, they spot Amy in disguise, carrying groceries. Taiga smiles, realizing something interesting. Amy brags about not dieting because she doesn't get fat naturally. Taiga and Minori playfully touch her stomach to check, irritating Amy. Later, Amy asks Ryuuji for help, revealing a strange guy following her. Taiga scares the guy away but convinces Amy to stay at her apartment. The next day, Taiga makes Amy do impersonations for hours, exhausting her. Kitamura suggests Taiga befriend Amy, leading to a lunch together. Amy notices Ryuuji and Taiga's similar lunches, so Taiga eats Ryuuji's sides, claiming he was her dog in a past life. During a neighborhood cleanup, Taiga forces Ryuuji and Amy to collect trash together. Taiga, Minori, and Ryuuji split up, leaving Amy and Ryuuji alone. Amy tries to act nice, but her true self shows when she sees a frog on her shoe. Ryuuji questions why she forced herself into the cleanup, and Amy admits her fake personality is a defense mechanism. They encounter Amy's stalker, and she confesses that he ruined her life, forcing her to move. Taiga and Minori appear, and the stalker takes pictures of Taiga, angering her. Amy drops her nice act, declaring she'll live with her bad side, and chases the stalker away, destroying his camera. Amy admits she was scared but is happy with her actions. Back at Ryuuji's apartment, Amy talks about Taiga's recklessness and wonders if Ryuuji would like her true self. Before he can answer, Taiga enters, surprised to see them in a close position. Caught with Ryuuji at his apartment, Taiga tells Minori no one is there. Amy suggests that Taiga doesn't want to acknowledge the fact that a woman other than herself came into Ryuuji's apartment, and though Taiga is pissed off, she just leaves. Later that night, Ryuuji tries to explain to Taiga that Amy was just teasing, and he apologizes, but she pretends not to care and questions why he's apologizing. The next morning, Ryuuji wakes up late and has to rush to school with Taiga. When the two finally get there, they run into Amy, and Taiga almost gets into an argument with her, but it's broken up after Minori steps in. Their homeroom teacher announces they'll have a pool day tomorrow, causing Taiga to panic. Ryuuji and Minori drag her swimsuit shopping, and Amy joins them at the store. Amy teases Taiga with a child-sized swimsuit and flaunts her own beauty in front of Ryuuji. In a changing room, Taiga refuses to wear something too small, finally settling on an extra small swimsuit. Ryuuji learns Taiga can't swim and is insecure about her small breasts, envying his mother's larger ones. Feeling for Taiga, Ryuuji stays up all night sewing special pads for her swimsuit. Taiga, appreciating the effort, loves the pads when they're done. At the pool session, Taiga is thrilled with her enhanced appearance, but only Minori notices the truth. Kitamura, without his glasses, compliments Taiga's look, comparing her to a mouse. However, Amy throws Taiga into the water, causing chaos. In the water, Ryuuji realizes one of Taiga's pads fell out and discreetly helps her. Later, Amy apologizes, leading to an argument with Taiga about a beach vacation. Minori intervenes, suggesting a sports competition between Taiga and Amy. Taiga reluctantly agrees to a 50-meter freestyle swim competition against Amy, even though she isn't happy about it. Ryuuji believes Taiga can win, but she refuses to practice at the school pool, embarrassed by the attention. Ryuuji thinks Taiga's motivation is to prevent Kitamura from going to Amy's villa. To train, Kitamura gives them tickets to the public swimming pool. Amy meets Ryuuji at the vending machines and teases him about Taiga being jealous. Ryuuji thinks Taiga simply dislikes Amy, leading to Amy calling him an idiot. Amy expresses her determination to win and spend the summer with Ryuuji, suggesting they should get along well. Minori, aware of Ryuuji modifying Taiga's swimsuit, entrusts Taiga to him. At the public pool, Ryuuji discovers Taiga's exceptional swimming ability when given an inner tube. However, rain interrupts their practice. Taiga insists on continuing, motivated by not wanting to waste Kitamura's feelings who gave them the tickets. Ryuuji misunderstands, thinking Taiga doesn't want to be separated from him because he cooks for her. This angers Taiga, accusing him of wanting to go to Amy's villa from the start. She gives up on the competition, and Ryuuji is troubled. His mother advises Ryuuji to understand that Taiga doesn't express her true feelings and doesn't actually hate him. The next morning, Ryuuji brings Taiga lunch, but she still refuses to swim. During the competition, Taiga is absent. However, she surprises everyone by showing up at the pool with flotation devices. Taiga starts the race by throwing objects at Amy and ripping off her bikini top, gaining a head start. Unfortunately, Taiga hurts her leg during the race. Ryuuji dives in to help, but Taiga insists on continuing. As Amy passes her, Ryuuji gives her a push forward. Before the race finishes, several guys fall into the pool near Ryuuji, causing him to drown. Taiga saves him but berates others for not helping. Tearfully, she declares Ryuuji belongs to her. Later, the group plans a trip to Amy's villa. Amy privately tells Ryuuji that they can't be alone, hinting at future chances. Taiga admits Ryuuji is her dog but doesn't deny the possessiveness. Before the trip to Amy's villa, Ryuuji dreams of marrying Taiga, leading to a funny mix-up about dog babies. Taiga had a similar dream, seeing it as a warning. To decide roles for the trip, they play badminton. Ryuuji wins and Taiga must support him. Taiga spooks Minori with scary voices on the train, and they reach Amy's villa. While everyone is on the beach, Ryuuji cleans inside. Yusaku takes Minori shopping on Amy's motorcycle since Taiga pretends to be scared. Later, Ryuuji accidentally walks in on Amy in the shower and she teases him but reveals she was fully dressed. Ryuuji tells Taiga, leading to a confrontation between Taiga and Amy. Yusaku and Minori return, and they playfully scare Minori with seaweed. At dinner, Amy and Taiga argue about curry. Amy suggests treating everyone equally, but Ryuuji promises sweet curry for Taiga. Later, Yusaku's towel slips and Minori, shocked, thinks it's the seaweed ghost. To comfort her, Ryuuji makes spicy curry and Taiga feels unwell. Yusaku gives Taiga stomach medicine, and Ryuuji seizes the opportunity to let Taiga be alone with Yusaku. Alone with Minori, they wash dishes. Afterward, they have dessert under the moonlight. Ryuuji asks if Minori has a boyfriend. Instead, she talks about ghosts and her beliefs in love. She expresses feeling distant from those who've experienced love. Ryuuji hopes she'll see a ghost one day, a special someone. They share a moment, discussing supernatural experiences. Later, Taiga and Ryuuji eat leftovers, and Taiga reflects on her strained day with Yusaku. She feels at ease with Ryuuji, hinting at the warning dream. Back in their rooms, they discover strange things: hair on Ryuuji's bed and a stained dress for Taiga. As they investigate, they hear banging on the door and balcony window. If you like this story, then click the video on the screen to watch its next part. Thanks for watching.